In the heart of Vatican City, within the ancient walls of the Sistine Chapel, the Catholic world waits in hushed anticipation. Pope Francis, the beloved shepherd of the global church, has passed away. After years of a distinctive pontificate dedicated to the poor in the pursuit of justice, an empty seat remains. For Catholics worldwide, this is a moment of profound mourning but also one of expectation. The question looms of who will become the next successor to St. Peter. This brings us to the ancient ritual known as the Conclave, where cardinals from all over the world gather to choose the new leader of the Catholic Church. The funeral and the start of the conclave. Following the solemn funeral of Pope Francis and a traditional 9-day period of mourning, the cardinals gather in Rome. With a prayer and a vow of absolute secrecy, they enter the Sistine Chapel, a space that has hosted numerous conclaves through the centuries. The doors close behind them, and the outside world is shut out. It is time for them to seek God's will and choose a new leader for the Church. The voting process and the significance of black smoke. The conclave itself is a deeply symbolic ritual carried out with utmost care. In each voting round, the cardinals write the name of their candidate on a small slip of paper, which they carefully place in a silver chalice on the altar. After each vote, the ballots are collected, counted, and then burned. When the votes fail to produce a majority, black smoke rises from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel. The black smoke is a sign for the thousands gathered in St. Peter's Square and the millions of Catholics worldwide awaiting news. A decision has not yet been made. The smoke, specially treated with chemicals to produce the correct color, symbolizes the cardinals' ongoing search for the right candidate. As the dark smoke rises above the Sacred Heart of Vatican City, it evokes a feeling of suspense and patience among the waiting crowd. People know that the cardinals are still wrestling to discern divine guidance in their choice. The sight of black smoke, waiting and trusting. Each time black smoke billows from the chimney, a murmur runs through the crowd. There is a nearly mystical tension as people gaze up, watching the smoke slowly drift over the square. This ritual, as old as the church itself, connects the crowd with the cardinals inside, who are praying and deliberating. The rising black smoke is more than just a signal, it is a visual prayer. It says, "We need more time to make the right choice." For many Catholics, the black smoke is a fascinating yet patient symbol of faith, a reminder that not everything in life must be resolved quickly. The crowd understands that this holy process cannot be rushed. It is a time for stillness, for waiting, and for respecting God's will. After days of prayer and deliberation, sometimes even weeks, the conclave finally reaches a crucial moment. The cardinals achieve the necessary 2/3 majority for one candidate, and then another kind of smoke rises, white smoke. The world holds its breath as the smoke finally changes color. This is the moment everyone has been awaiting. The white smoke symbolizes the completion of the process and announces that a new pope has been chosen. Shortly thereafter, the joyful proclamation Habemus Papam, "We have a pope," rings out. The name of the new pope is announced, and the crowd erupts in celebration as the tension of the previous days transforms into a feeling of joy and expectation. The Vatican prepares to embark on a new phase of leadership. The new pope appears on the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, offering his first blessing as the successor to Pope Francis.
Back home in Argentina, ecstatic news broadcasts
Para mí, emocionante.
proclaimed the history in this moment. El Papa es Argentino.
There's so much new about this. It's a Latin American for the first time. It's a Jesuit for the first time. He's taken the name of Saint Francis for the first time, which is clearly a signal that he wants to show a different face of the church.
The black smoke is a reminder of the weight of the decision that the cardinals must make.
Simply in Italian, addressing the crowd and the world as brothers and sisters. His first act as Pope
Padre nostro,
was to pray the Lord's Prayer, the Hail Mary, the Gloria.
Venga il tuo regno, ma liberaci dal male.
When you look at that piazza and you look around the world at the celebrations going around the world, you have to realize it's a moment of an adoption. 1 billion Catholics have just been adopted by a new spiritual father.
It is not merely a practical indication of an undecided vote but a visual symbol of the reflection, carefulness, and devotion that this sacred process demands.
Blessing, he asked for theirs, for ours, and bowed in silence.
He's staking out new ground. He's announcing that he's going to do things.
But for the faithful in St. Peter's Square tonight, including many Americans, this was about the future, about renewal.
I feel like, in a way, a religious inauguration, that feeling of hope and a new beginning, a page turning.
This is a great time to be Catholic.
Yeah. Cardinal Timothy Dolan of New York told reporters there were high spirits inside the Vatican, too.
Each time the smoke is dark, the crowd knows that the cardinals are deeply contemplating who should be the next leader. It is an image that invites patience and trust.
Toasted him, and then he toasted us, and he simply said, "May God forgive you."
In the end, high above them all in the loggia of St. Peter's tonight, this shy man of Latin America gave the traditional papal blessing, Urbi et Orbi, to the city and the world.
Et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti.
And then,
Buonanotte e buon riposo.
Values that can sometimes be lost in today's fast-paced world. When the white smoke finally appears and the church has its new leader, the world feels united in that ancient mystery of faith. The black smoke, however long or short it rises, is a powerful symbol of dedication and belief.